Welcome to episode 212 of the Ben Briggs podcast. I am Ben Briggs. It is Saturday, people. Saturday, the 15th of May, 2021, and alternatively known as FA Cup final fucking day, people. Here we go. People outside the UK probably won't give a fuck about this, but to football-loving fans over here, it is the culmination of the FA Cup. Obviously, because it's the final, isn't it? I don't need to explain that to you. Bit of a tradition here at Briggs Towers. I always watch the FA Cup final, so no matter who is playing, it's Leicester Chelsea this year. So I will be watching that. Got my snacks ready. Got a couple of beers ready. You know, just relax, watch the FA Cup, all on my own, and So I'm quite looking forward to that. I hope Leicester do it, only because it's like a localish sort of like place, and I don't particularly like Chelsea. Leicester are possibly the underdogs for it, quite a lot on the bookies and that sort of thing. But yeah, we will. That's how I'm spending my day, baby. It's nice, isn't it, when you just got like a day of like where you just staying in, gonna watch the telly. Watch the FA Cup final on the BBC, obviously. It is superior choice of channel to watch it on. So I'm going to do that today. I haven't really done a lot this week, really. Been a bit hectic running around and shit like that. Let's have a little bit of coffee and I'll tell you all about it, baby. There we go. Bit of coffee out of a glass fucking coffee mug. Who says you don't get a bit of a debonair experience on the Ben Briggs podcast? Just about everyone who listens to it, I imagine. Anyway, so I haven't done a lot this week. Obviously, there was the debacle about my wheels earlier on in the week. I've got over that, people. The money's in my account. I got it done for free, so I'm happy about that. The rest of the week I've just been, obviously, because gigs have still not really started. You know what I mean? They've not really kicked off that much. There's still a few Zoom gigs bobbing around, people popping up on laptop screens and stuff like that. But it's I haven't. I've got a few bits booked in coming in. I'm having a soft start. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna ease into it. I've got some material written that I'm gonna be trying out at new material nights in various little gigs, and then hopefully that'll be ready if I can get my arse in gear. It seems very strange at the minute because I'm sort of like halfway between living in Northampton and living in Birmingham. So everything's a little bit, everything seems a little bit disjointed at the moment. It's, excited to be moving somewhere else, but also like, your heartstrings are still like in your own hometown, baby. And then gradually just like moving stuff up every now and again, getting onto solicitors and fucking chasing the estate agents and chasing this, filling out forms. It's a fucking... I don't envy anybody moving home. I'm just fucking glad I'm not like having to buy another property I'm going into as well. When you get involved in one of those big chains, and somebody drops out the chain or something like that, or can't get a fucking mortgage deal, and then the whole thing collapses. There's got to be a better way of doing this, surely, hasn't there? Can't there be a better way? You get your fucking mortgage certificate that says you can have this mortgage, and then you just bid on something like eBay, and then you buy it that way. That would be an easier way of doing it, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? And then you put it through the solicitors that way, instead of having these stupid fucking questions that keep coming through. Is your flat under a flight path? Well, I don't know. The fucking, the Twin Towers weren't underneath a flight path until they were. And that's the last thing they were under, all of that shit. Has it been flooded? Like, I've answered these questions. Like, there was like about 30 questions come through and you've already answered them on something else. And you're like, do you not read anything at all? You want me to fucking spoon feed you all this information? I'm paying you to work for me, you fucking idiots. It's a ground floor flat. Does it have a balcony? Work it out. It's a ground floor fucking flat. It's got windows. Do you class them as a balcony? Well, we don't really class them. Well, it hasn't got a balcony then, has it? It's a ground floor fucking flat, and you're asking me if it's got a balcony. Fucking assholes. Anyway, let's have a little bit more coffee. Let's not moan too much. There we go. Let's pep ourselves up a little bit. Yeah, so I'm all excited. I've just had breakfast. That's what I do. FA Cup final day. I'll have breakfast. Put the highlights on. Working up to it. The intro to it. Listen to a bit of Gary Lineker. Listen to they'll always show like the lead up, the games that the highlights of the games of how both teams got there and shit like that. They'll interview a few fans, and then you start getting ready for it, didn't you? The build-up lasts fucking longer than the game. It's always the way, isn't it? Always the way. They can never give you too much information on those programs, whether there's an FA Cup final or any sporting event, big sporting event that comes up. They can never give you enough. They've interviewed the neighbours, everything. Always makes me laugh. You're like, oh, just cut to the game now. All right, you've given us too much background, if anything. Right, let's finish this coffee so I can concentrate. Because my addictive personality, I know. Everyone's got addictive personality these days, but it's just staring at me, man. I've got no fucking willpower. There we go. Done. Right, we can focus. Focus, Ben. Focus and get in character and perform. Right. Okay. So, in the news, there's been a bit of a Golden Globes backlash. Old Tommy Cruise. Hey, Tommy. Tommy Cruise. Tommy Cruise. It's been a bit of a Golden Globes backlash, apparently. Now, Tom Cruise has returned his 3 Golden Globes in protest. I don't like this, man. In protest after criticisms levelled at the Hollywood Foreign Press Association continue to create problems in the industry. The actor who won for Born on the 4th of July, great film. Jerry Maguire and Magnolia. I don't think I've seen Magnolia. I think it's just I always think Paint when I think only because this place is, I'm one of those boring people who's got Magnolia everywhere. I know. If you're watching this video on YouTube, you're saying, hey, you haven't got Magnolia, you got a brick background there and a black... It's all fake. It's all fake, people, isn't it? That's a fucking bit of cloth, isn't it? That I hang up so you can't see, fucking light switches at the back because I think, this will get me more hits if I have a brick background, won't it? People like a brick background. Makes them feel comfortable. They'll tune in. They'll watch me. Desperate cocksucker I am. Anyway, and Jerry, he is one of many standing up against the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, the small group of international journalists who vote on the awards after an expose highlighted failings. NBC has also announced that it will not be airing the 2022 Golden Globes. Here we go. It's been under fire since the Los Angeles Times revealed allegations of corruption and impropriety, as well as a lack of any black members. Surely that's more obvious. The last one there, innit? A lack of any black members. Corruption. There's always corruption and shit and stuff like that, isn't there? You've only got to look at, like, FIFA and all the shit surrounding them. Anything where somebody can have an influence on anything, on something else, is going to have corruption in it. Where there's money to be gained out of it, there's going to be. I know, people. I know. I'm a cynic. I know it. But anything like that, where there's obviously, if a film gets a Golden Globe and that, people, us, the public, the sheeple out there will go, oh, it's got a Golden Globe, it must be good, I'll go and fucking buy that and fucking get the merchandise. Anything like that. And obviously if it gets voted for, there's a few backhanders. Yeah, vote for fucking Magnolias, will you? Tom Cruise himself did it. I spent 3/4 of that film in a fucking wheelchair. You will vote for Born on the 4th of July. We continue to believe that the Hollywood Foreign Press Association is committed to meaningful reform, a statement from the network read. However, change of this magnitude takes time and work, and we feel strongly that it needs to do it right. So it's getting backhanders. Who would have thought that in Hollywood? There's fucking corruption. That people are getting backhanders to fucking promote films, and who would have thought that? Jesus Christ. It's a river of dirty money, baby. A river of dirty money. In response, the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, HFPA, they keep putting there, but I feel the need to say that out. I've said Hollywood Foreign Press Association far too much in this podcast. Released a detailed timeline of proposed changes in a statement. First change, we're going to start today. No backhanders. And Alonzo, you've been promoted. Regardless of the next air date of the Golden Globes, implementing transformational changes as quickly and as thoughtfully as possible remains the top priority of our organisation. We invite our partners in they're fucking shitting themselves. That's what they're doing, innit? Because they're losing that sponsorship. The Golden Globes is going, innit? If they're not going to air it, I imagine like another network will pick it up. But if another network doesn't pick it up, that's it, innit? It's over. Because if they're not airing it on TV, then they're not going to get that those sponsors on there. Or the quality of sponsors will go down. They got Lidl sponsoring them. The network has shown the Golden Globes since 1996, paying about $60 million a year for the rights. The most recent ceremony, which saw Nomadland win big, saw a 60% drop in viewers. That's probably why. Isn't it? I imagine. Fucking hell. That's probably why. I would have thought that's why they're dropping it as well. I mean, if it was raking in fucking millions and millions for advertising and shit like that the networks can get their grubby little hands on, they're going to go, yeah, we'll have a word with them, appoint a couple of a black guy in there, black woman in there, maybe a disabled guy too, get them voting on it. The last week has seen studios, publicists and stars continue to distance themselves. Netflix, Warner Media and Scarlett Johansson have all urged the industry to take action. Unless there is necessary fundamental reform within the organisation, I believe it is time that we take a step back from the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. Well, yeah. Everyone's dropping out. The Golden Globes are shitting themselves. The Hollywood Foreign Press Association. Just have a more, a more American press association. It's all these fucking foreigners taking backhanders, not employing black people. Jesus. I don't know. So that's what's been going on. Tom Cruise has handed his Golden Globes back. You take my fucking Golden Globes. I'll keep that one for Magnolia because I didn't really think I'd get that one. Yeah, so it's all corruption in it, you know. It starts with, you know, if I don't know, the whole of Hollywood seems to be one fucking, you know, corrupt organisation, just a law unto itself. I can say that sort of thing because I am in no danger of losing any film roles, have I? Let's talk about something a little bit closer to home here in the UK, shall we? The UK has been warned. Everybody in the UK here, in this fair isle of ours, has been warned to close windows as an Asian tiger mosquitoes arrive. That's it. Yeah, they're coming over like the fucking Luftwaffe. Experts have warned that a new breed of mosquitoes carrying deadly viruses could already be circulating around the UK. There they are. Close your windows, people. Now it's got hot. The Asian tiger mosquito, which has the potential to pass on 23 infections, the dirty bad. What are they doing in their social life? They're not taking precautions, are they? They're not using mosquito johnnies. Including West Nile virus and dengue fever. Is that the one where your head swells up? Is that dengue fever? What's the one where your fucking head swells up or your head shrinks or something like that? Dengue is a viral infection spread by mosquitoes. It's widespread in many parts of the world. Mosquitoes in the UK do not spread dengue virus. This is from our own fair NHS, the heroes. I won't have a word against them. Dengue fever. The prognosis for dengue is usually good. The worst symptoms of the illness typically last 1 to 2 weeks, and most patients will fully recover within several additional weeks. Typical dengue is fatal in less than 1% of cases. What does it do to you, though? What is the best treatment? What are the 4 types? Jesus. Which organs are affected? Let's have a look at that. Based on the fact that the liver is one... Oh, the liver and the lungs and the heart. Yeah. Liver, lungs and heart it attacks. Fucking hell. Don't take no prisoners, does it? It'll have a go at everything. Yeah, so the old tiger, they do look like tigers as well a little bit. They've got the old stripes on them. The Asian tiger mosquito, which has the potential... Mosquitoes found in the UK are usually harmless to humans. Yeah, you see, that's it. People slag off fucking British people going abroad, yeah? But our fucking mosquitoes, right? They're fucking placid, Sam, aren't they? Our mosquitoes aren't going around there giving everyone dengue fucking fever or malaria or shit like that, are they? They're just happy in the UK floating about a bit, aren't they? They'll have a little blood off you. Yeah, they will. They'll leave a little mark, yeah? But they ain't going to leave you with dengue fever. These fucking foreign mosquitoes coming over here with their fucking dengue ways. Mosquitoes, usually harmless, but another new breed carrying the potentially deadly Zika virus. That's the one, innit? That's the one. That's the head one, innit? Zika virus. Let's have a look at some fucking images of the old Zika virus. Yeah. Fuck. Oh, bless them. Yeah. It's babies, isn't it? Oh, man. You can't. Oh, God, I feel bad now. Yeah. What everyone. Yeah. What happens if you get Zika virus? So, many people infected with Zika will have no symptoms or mild symptoms that last several days to a week. However, Zika infection during pregnancy can cause a serious birth defect, microcephaly, and other fatal brain. Yeah. That's it, innit? The old Zika virus. Fucking bastards. Aren't they? I mean, the mosquitoes, not the people who have it. Potentially, it's also thought to be circulating, making the bugs very dangerous to be around. Like somebody who has one drink too many. Who has a special drink that they can't. Oh, I can't drink Stella, mate. I'll fucking go off my fucking tits. That's what they're like, aren't they? Not good to be around. Experts also fear the new mosquitoes could begin to mate with the native UK bugs. I hope it's consensual. That's all I'm saying. In 2021, coming over here, passing on dengue fever, passing on the Zika virus, and fucking our mosquitoes. How dare they? How fucking dare they? Asian tiger mosquitoes are particularly dangerous because, unlike other mosquitoes, they bite throughout the day. Jesus. As opposed to being active at dusk or dawn. You know, mosquitoes are very vampiric, aren't they? They seem to be. Only dusk till dawn they fucking bite. Their bites will not necessarily be painful and can leave an itchy red bump on the skin. The species carries the West Nile virus, which is especially dangerous to young children and adults over the age of 50. Whoa, 44 just snuck in there. Can lead to inflammation of the brain or meningitis. Fucking hell, they're bastards, aren't they, mosquitoes? What do they actually do? Mosquitoes. What is the point of a mosquito? What is that? Let's Google that. Point of a mosquito. What is the point of a mosquito? Has anybody actually answered that? Why can't we just get rid of mosquitoes? Are mosquitoes useful for anything? Here we go. They play a key role in many ecosystems, according to National Geographic. Oh, of course they'd. Oh, we must conserve the... Can't we just... Male mosquitoes eat nectar and in the process pollinate all manner of plants. Can't we just fucking add more bees? Get rid of mosquitoes. Add more bees. These insects are also an important food source for many other animals, including bats, birds, reptiles, amphibians, and other insects. Well, bats have got a bit... This is how bats get back, isn't it? They've got to step up to the plate, the old bats, haven't they? They've already, they caused a lot of trouble in the last year, the old bats. They need to step up to the plate, get rid of the mosquitoes. We'll bring them back into the fold again. You're all right. You killed millions of people with the old coronavirus, but you got rid of fucking Zika virus and malaria. And so we're forgiving you. You can come back into the mammal inner circle. The circle of trust, baby. The circle of trust. Yeah, it doesn't seem like they fucking do. So they pollinate plants, like by eating nectar. There's fucking thousands of shit that do that. Can't we just get rid of all mosquitoes? Surely we must be able to do that. Wasn't there, instead of, sleeping in a net or something like that, can't we just fucking get rid of them? So they just don't, wasn't there a thing that did that? Getting rid of mosquitoes. Sorry, I'm onto this now. This is my thing. This is my legacy, people. Who actually killed the mosquitoes? It was actually a stand-up comedian called Ben Briggs. He got rid of all mosquitoes. What happened there? Well, the knock-on effect was we have no fruit anymore. Stop mosquitoes from getting rid of mosquitoes forever. How to get rid of mosquitoes in your yard? What smells do mosquitoes hate? Citronella, clove, cedarwood, lavender. Oh, I've got lavender outside the front here. That should ward them off. You say that, though. All this shit on the internet means nothing. I got lavender, put it out the front because it's meant to keep cats off. Never did. If anything, the cats like the smell of it round here. They'll take a shit. What the cats seem to do round here is take a shit on my garden and then wipe their ass on the lavender to make their ass smell better. Can't win anything, can you? That's that then. We're all fucking doomed. This is another doom and gloom thing. That's what, It's what it's weekly, isn't it? Something's coming to kill us on a weekly basis in the news. Always something coming to kill us. Let's write that down. We'll do some material on that. Always something coming to kill us. Something coming to kill us. That'll be a one-liner. There's always something coming to kill us, isn't there? Yeah. What's the next bit? No, I just wanted to get that out. That's it. That's my new material. Thanks very much. Good night. Yeah, so, fucking hell, it's all doom and gloom, and there's always something around the corner. It'll be something else next week, won't it? Here we have something that I don't really understand, and I don't know if anybody else does, but scientists have proposed a new particle that is a portal to the fifth dimension. The path to dark matter and other fundamental enigmas may be through a warped extra dimension, according to a new study that proposes a new theory of the universe. Here we go, people. 1 minute, this is sort of shit you get. 1 minute we're talking about mosquitoes killing us all. The next minute, we've got a fifth dimension, baby. Scientists want to search for a hypothetical particle. It's got to be hard work being a scientist, isn't it? It's hard work just reading this. You know, you're searching for a hypothetical. This particle might exist. Really? Have you got it? Can you put it in a fucking glass like that and have it in front of me bobbing around in that glass? Well, it's hypothetical. Well, I'm not interested. This is why I never went into science. You know, all this hypothetical, wow, this could be, you know, a path to another dimension. Really? Do we get to see that dimension? Oh, no, it's just hypothetical. Oh, fuck's sake, mate. Jesus. Give me something tangible. That can act as a portal to a warped fifth dimension that mediates the cosmic realms of light and dark. You would be forgiven for assuming that a sentence is a science fiction synopsis. No, Can I be forgiven for assuming that sentence is bullshit? But it's actually the mind-boggling upshot of a recent study that seeks to illuminate some of the most persistent enigmas in science. I don't understand. I don't really understand this shit, man. How many dimensions are there? Let's have a look. The world as we know it has 3 dimensions of space: length, width, and depth, right? Jesus. And 1 dimension of time. But there's a mind-bending possibility that many more dimensions exist out there, according to string theory. Here we go. One of the leading physics models of the last half-century, the universe operates within 10 dimensions. Well, it's hard, isn't it? It's hard work, isn't it? You know what I mean? When you start getting into all of this shit and you're like, wow, there's string theory, which is, you know, there could be 10 dimensions out there. All right, I'm all right with length, width, and depth. I'm all right with that, right? I'm okay with that. You know, you buy a fucking wardrobe. I'm at that stage in my scientific knowledge. I'm all right with length, width, and depth. Anything over that. Time, yes, but then they do time fucking weird as well, don't they? They're not just like, yeah, it's fucking, 12 minutes past midday. It's not that sort of time, is it? It's just, all these theories and that sort of thing in science, you're just like, just give me fucking something. It's almost like somebody dreaming up shit all the time, isn't it? Well, this would potentially work. Have you got the proof of that? All I want to know, I want to go from knowing length, width, and depth of a fucking wardrobe to travelling through time to another dimension where I'm doing better for myself. The endless possibilities of the world or whatever. If you'd have took this turn in, that sliding doors sort of like moment. I want to go from measuring a wardrobe to that. And if you can't give me that, I don't want to know the shit in between. That's basically it, isn't it? I don't want to know the theory of fucking, well, maybe this happens out there, or maybe this happens in a black hole, and we've got a pretty good idea that you can travel through a black hole and travel back in time. Just Stick me in a fucking DeLorean. Hit, put your foot down when you get to 86 miles an hour, so you bump it up over 88, and then I'm back in time. That's all I want to know. I don't want to know the ins and outs of it and all that sort of shit. And this could be a possibility, that could be a possibility. Just stick it in layman's terms and let me see with my own eyes, and then I will judge whether your scientific process has been worthwhile or not. I would probably go to the future or go to somewhere in the past or something like that. Going to the future, I think, would be more exciting than going to the past. That was always the thing with the Back to the Future film. I know. A minute ago we were talking about a fifth dimension, and now we're talking to Back to the Future. This is what you get here. But I always found it more interesting in those films where they went to the future. In Back to the Future Part 2. No, Back to the Future, well, whatever. Yeah, Back to the Future Part 2, wasn't it? Rather than when they went back to the Wild West in Part 3. I always thought it was always more interesting, to see past your own lifetime, although, we're in that lifetime now, but it would be interesting, 100, 200 years into the future, just to see what shit they got. You'd have a day trip, wouldn't you? A day trip into the future, that would be an ideal thing, because you'd be, you wouldn't know how to use anything or anything like that anyway, probably in about 100, 200 years, 300 years or whatever. You have a day trip to the future, you have a little look round, treat it like a shopping thing, come back, and then go, yeah, it's all right, that, wasn't it? You'd obviously look yourself up, wouldn't you? And just, please just don't say I fucking died in a horrendous way. Or an embarrassing way. That's all. That's all you want, isn't it? That's all you want. You just don't want to die in an embarrassing way or a painful way, do you? I don't necessarily want to be surrounded by family or anything like that. Like some probably being stabbed to death, like some sort of Julius Caesar thing going on. Yeah, that's like all this fifth dimension shit and that. Just tell me whether I can travel into the future or not. No, all right then. Well, shut up. Come back to me when we can travel into the future and I can have a little look round for a day. See a mobile phone that's implanted in somebody's brain or something. Yeah, I'd like that shit. Be interesting to me. But I'd still want to come home. What are we on? 32 minutes, people. That was episode 212 of the Ben Briggs podcast. If you have any questions or you want to contact me at all, it is just podcast@benbriggs.co.uk. I will be back on Tuesday, motherfuckers. Have a good rest of your weekend. I'm going to enjoy the FA Cup and take care. I'll speak to you then.